Before the internal mapping of human anatomy became precise, an inflamed appendix was an unpredictable and frequently fatal abdominal crisis. Today, surgical intervention relies on an exact understanding of this structure's variations to dictate patient survival. The vermiform appendix is a tubular appendage typically arising from the posteromedial wall of the cecum. This illustration isolates the lower gut, where the appendix originates 2 centimeters from the ileocecal valve. To locate it, surgeons follow the free tinea coli. Tracing this muscle band down the cecum leads to the convergence of the 3 tinea, marking the true anatomical root. Locating this internal convergence during an exam requires projecting it onto the external abdominal wall. Clinicians draw a conceptual line from the patient's umbilicus to the anterior superior iliac spine, or ASIS, a locus marked at the exact junction of the medial 2/3 and the lateral 1/3 of this line corresponds to the internal root. This specific marker is McBurney's point. It indicates the site of maximal tenderness during acute appendicitis and dictates the standard target for an open appendectomy incision. Identifying this fixed internal origin and its external projection dictates the first required step for any physical exam or surgical access. While the base of the appendix is firmly anchored by the tinea coli, its body, which averages 8 centimeters in length, is highly mobile. The final resting place of the free tip varies wildly between patients, determined entirely by the rotational folding of the gut during embryonic development. This diagram illustrates the standard clock face mapping system surgeons use to categorize these anatomical variations. The 11 o'clock or retrocecal position accounts for 70% of all clinical cases. Because the appendix sits behind the cecum in this position, inflammation often causes right flank pain, effectively masking the classic tenderness usually found in the right iliac fossa. The 5 o'clock pelvic position occurs in roughly 20% of the population. A pelvic appendix rests low in the abdomen, frequently inflaming against the rectum. This specific irritation commonly presents with diarrhea during acute appendicitis. In cases of incomplete embryonic gut rotation, a subhepatic appendix becomes lodged near the liver. The patient may still report right iliac fossa pain due to shared nerve pathways, but standard surgical access will fail. Opening the abdomen at McBurney's point will yield an empty right iliac fossa, forcing the surgical team to transition immediately to a laparoscopic approach to locate the hidden organ. Atypical symptom presentations are direct, predictable manifestations of this morphological variance. Moving from macroscopic variants to microscopic architecture reveals the exact cellular origins of appendicular pathology. This transverse microscopic section displays the 4 distinct histological strata that form the appendicular wall. The innermost layer is the mucosa, which forms a semilunar fold at the organ's orifice, known as the valve of Gerlach. The mucosa features deep invaginations, or crypts, containing specialized argetophin cells of Kulchitsky. These specific Kulchitsky cells serve as the cellular origin site for appendiceal neuroendocrine tumors. Radiating outward, the next layer is the submucosa, also known as the lamina propria. The defining feature of this layer is the presence of dense clusters of reactive lymphoid follicles. These follicles actively secrete IgA immunoglobulins. This established immune function proves the appendix operates as an active component of the lymphatic system, refuting the notion that it is a non-functional vestigial organ.
However, these follicles are also the organ's primary vulnerability. When they react to infection and swell, they cause the mechanical luminal obstruction that initiates appendicitis. As a patient ages, the density of these lymphoid follicles naturally declines. This cellular atrophy directly correlates to a lower incidence of appendicitis in older demographics. Enclosing these inner layers are the circular and longitudinal muscles of the Muscularis propria, wrapped entirely by the outer serosa. The appendice's dense immune architecture provides a vital defense mechanism for the gut, while simultaneously engineering the exact conditions required for an inflammatory obstruction. Excision of an obstructed appendix requires meticulous management of its local vascular network. Looking back at the anatomical map, we find the Mesoappendix. This continuation of the ileal mesentery tethers the appendix and houses its blood supply. The appendicular artery runs directly through this connective tissue and must be securely ligated before the appendix can be safely excised. Surgeons must also inspect for the accessory appendicular artery of sesquichalum, a vascular variant that can cause dangerous surgical hemorrhage if left unmanaged. When present, this accessory artery typically branches directly from the posterior cecal artery and requires independent identification and ligation. While the incoming artery dictates local bleeding risks, the outgoing venous drainage pathway dictates systemic infectious risks. The appendicular veins follow the path of the arteries, terminating directly into the superior mesenteric vein. The superior mesenteric vein then drains upward, feeding directly into the hepatic portal vein system. If untreated suppurative appendicitis seeds this venous pathway with bacteria, it triggers pylophlebitis, a severe and potentially lethal thrombophlebitis of the portal vein. Because of this direct venous highway, a localized inflammation confined to a 2-centimeter tube can rapidly cascade into a catastrophic systemic liver infection. Historically, abdominal surgery was an exercise in mitigating unknowns. Today, accurate diagnosis and safe execution rely on absolute anatomical precision. Intervention demands trusting the fixed location of the Taenia coli while anticipating the deceptive physical variations of the free distal tip. The physical pain points to a macroscopic organ, but the true mechanical failure is driven by the microscopic swelling of the submucosal lymphoid follicles. The procedure requires isolating the target, safely ligating the vascular supply hidden within the mesoappendix, and removing the threat before the local infection achieves venous spread. Performing an appendectomy requires the physical management of complex embryology, histology, and gross spatial geometry. Despite its small size, the vermiform appendix requires an integrated understanding of the human body to manage safely and effectively.